Hi guys, today we'll be talking about how to configure ESXi host. So this is our architecture, what we are going to build. So this is the architecture what we have here. So here till now, so what we have done is we have set up the NetApp system, and now we are going to set up this ESXi host for our other VMs to install. So in this project we need two ESXi hosts, one vCenter server, one vSphere web client, PuTTY NetApp system manager, and one ADDS and DNS system. This is server. So and this is our storage system, data on tap. So let's move forward. And this is what we're going to install inside the ESXi host. So let's go. So first, so create a new v let's create a new ESXi host, creating a new virtual machine. Let's give it a name, pod 1 dash ESXi. So these are the location, the, the, these are the data center which on which we are going to store our virtual machine. So these are the cluster or host on top of which we are creating this ESXi. I've selected net 602 i4GA as a data storage. In here, due to the file, the installation file, I have to select the 5.1 and later ESXi compatibility 5.1 and later. And in here, our ESXi host runs on top of FreeBase OS. So I'm selecting this FreeBase BSD. Free our our ESXi host, the application, the OS we're going to install is FreeBSD. So select this one. So here we are we are creating our we have to create multiple VMs inside of our ESXi host. On top we have to create multiple VMs on top of our ESXi host. So for now I'm giving it 40 GB, and it also need memory, so I'll give it 8 gigs of memory. Here I'm selecting G4 to switch from our network adapter. So that's it. That's it for the configuration. Let's start. One thing, and I also need to select the I also need to select the OS for this. So this is the here, so our domain name is nested arc, and so this is our main server on which we have set up the ADDS and DNS. So we're going to our picture. So this is the one that we have here. This is the server that have installed Active Directory and DNS. Let's start our ESXi host. So it will ask for the installer and click enter. So be patient. It will start working now. So right now, so the ESXi, the VMware ESXi version is 5.5, and the C, the it is using Intel Xeon CPU with 2.4 gigahertz and 8 GB memory. After the installation process is complete, so this will pop up. Just press enter to continue. It will ask for the licensing. You have to press 11. So it will scan for the available devices. So here it has found the 40 gigs hard drive that we have set. So for now is US default. So you have to put in the root password. Press enter. Still it will scan for the additional system. It will be network card, NIC cards, configurations and other things. So here we have found that there's an error, like it says here that I accidentally mistakenly kept one CPU core. So I need to reboot the system. F11. So now here you just go here and edit settings. You have to change it, but you can't do it right now. So go to power off your device, and then go to your edits settings. Let's give it 2 CPU or 3 CPU, 8 gigs. All right, so okay, now it will be fine. Let's start the VM. So let's start the installer. It is loading the ESXi installer. So while installing these things, you need to be patient. Like if you do something in hurry, then you have to, like, the system will crash and you have to do the whole thing again and again. So just remember this. F11. So again is scanning for the hard drive. It found it. US default and password. Now it's scanning whether it needs something, the required resources. It is scanning the system so that to confirm that it has all the required resources available. So here it is stating that the hardware virtualization is not a feature of the CPU and is not enabled in the BIOS. So this is just a warning. So what it needs to say is when you're doing when you're creating the resource, when you're creating a resource, if it's possible, you can tick in this part. It will expose the hardware assisted virtualization to the guest. So this means hardware virtualization. For me, it was not possible here. So because my CPU virtualization is set to automatic, so I was not I was not allowed to tick on this part, but uh, it will work. It will virtualize on its own, so no need to worry. Let's go here, and we are continuing the part. So install it. Now our ESXi 5.5 is being installed. So now, as you can see, the installation has been complete. Now we just need to reboot the system. So here you can see in the address pool we have the scope from 61.16 to 61.80. So this is our address range. So according to this, our system has got uh, the IP address. So we need to configure the IP address. So click F2 and the login and user password. So here we are. So you can change you can change your IP address from here. You can restart your management network, test your management network. And for now, so in this image, what we can see is, so the ESXi host is connected to the network. So this is connected to the same switch. The same switch is connected to our ADDS, our vCenter server, and our vSphere web client. So here we have to give the IP address from the same range. So it as it has already got the IP address, let's for now we have to give it a static IP to go to the static one. So this is okay. For default gateway we are using 172.16.1.1 and press enter to OK, and our DNS server is correct. Nested are okay. So things here is done. Now you can now press ESC to exit. It will ask whether you need to make changes or not. Yes. Why? So it's like the setup is done now. Let's go to our data on tab client. Let's go to our client now. So this is the Windows 8.1 client that we have. Just remember the IP address of your ESXi host. So for now is 172.16.61.18. Go to your client. To 2.16.61.18 is our static IP. Try to log in. Here you go. So now you are logged in into the system. Now you are connected to the system now. It will give that your license will be expired within 60 days. Press OK. Now here we go. This is our vSphere client interface that we have. You can see the summary over here, the configuration of the system we have. Now the virtual machine which has been installed. So right now we haven't installed anything. Resource allocated, performance, and the configuration. So in the configuration you can see the processor power, the memory, storage. So right now is the one storage of, so so the free one is 31.5. That's all right in the DNS, and this is according to the what we have set up in our ESXi host there. Okay, and next is our time. So you can see that the time is not correct. The time is not correct. Just go to properties and you can enable the NTP client, enable the NTP client, and go to option and just click on start NTP host, click on NTP setting and add our IP address. Here it is asking for our server IP. So our server IP is 61.15 and press OK to add, and then restart your NTP server to apply change. Okay, now you can see that like some changes has been processed. Still you can put the date on, you can set the time, 37. It should be matching with this one, 39. Okay, now you can see there's some changes has been done here. Still it is showing red sign. So go to here, 2018 21st Saturday, and it's AM not PM, so that's why it's showing error. If you refresh it, next is to authenticate server. Go to properties and we are doing the Active Directory, our domain name nestedarc.com, and just join the domain. Press OK and you can see that it's inside the domain now. So it's inside the domain.